Yo, welcome back to the channel, everyone, and in this video we're gonna be going over the top 5 fastest killing guns after the recent update here in season 2. Now, these class setups are geared to guarantee you to increase your KD ratio as well as drop your first V2 rocket. So with all that being said, the like goal on this video has to be 400 likes. We can get 400 likes on this video in under 24 hours. That'd be absolutely incredible. Also, if you guys want to stay up to date with any and all best class setups, best settings, tips and tricks, or any new updates that do go live here in Call of Duty Vanguard, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, and become part of the Ears family, man. Huge shout out to the notification squad. If you guys want a shout out in one of my videos, just comment Noti Gang in the comment section and I'll give you guys a shout out. Let's go ahead and take a look at these classes. Now, I have a couple of different guns on this list with some different builds that you guys should definitely check out if you guys are trying to go ahead and increase your KD or get your first snook. Now, for the first weapon we're going to take a look at is the Volk. Now, the Volk is on the rise of popularity. A lot of pro players are using this weapon now, and you guys know what happens when pro players get their hands on guns that are not the Automaton and the MP40. They get nerfed. So until then, we're gonna have some fun with the Volk. Now, for the Volk, the muzzle, we are gonna run the MX silencer, so we have sound suppression as well as accuracy. The aim down sight speed penalty with this weapon is gonna be irrelevant because the Volk is already a very mobile AR, and it's gonna be good if you guys are running gun aggressive style players. This is gonna be the best attachment to use so you guys can get behind the enemy spawn, build up a quick and easy streak, and get that V2 rocket. Now, for the underbarrel, we're gonna go ahead and put on the Carver foregrip. We're gonna run the first grip on here because we need that recoil control as well as hip fire accuracy. Again, the aim down sight speed con is gonna be irrelevant. It's already a mobile AR, and this weapon is gonna have a little bit of recoil if we're not gonna go ahead and control it. So the Carver foregrip is gonna be a great option for this assault rifle. Now, for the barrel, in order to kind of go ahead and control the recoil, but again, keep this in mobile AR, we are going to run the first Kreuznix barrel, allowing us to have highly controllable, reduced scope sway and gun bob, as well as damage range. A really good barrel on this weapon. Again, making this a lot easier to use at longer ranges, but not going ahead and destroying this close range lethality with the Volk. So for the magazine, we are going to go ahead and put on a damage round mag with this weapon. We're going to run the Russian short rounds, which are going to give us bullet velocity and range, damage, bullet penetration, and magazine ammo capacity. Overall, a great attachment to run on the Volk. Now, we are running attachments that are going to go ahead and reduce the recoil, so that recoil penalty is going to be kind of irrelevant. We're only going to be, reaping the rewards of this, giving us a faster killing AR, and that's why this weapon is so good and underrated in my opinion. Now, for the ammo type, we are going to put on Linton. Linton is going to be overall the best ammo type to run on any AR SMG here in Vanguard. Our bullets are going to hit targets a lot further and faster down range, in turn giving us a faster time to kill. So have to go ahead and throw this on your setup. Now, for the optic, we are going to run the slate reflector so we have a clean optic picture so we can place our shots accurately, and in turn getting a faster time to kill. Definitely go ahead and throw this on your Volk class setup. Now, for the rear grip, we are going to go ahead and put on the fabric grip, another staple attachment for a lot of ARs and SMGs here in Vanguard, allowing us to have faster aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, and hip fire recoil recovery. A great attachment to kind of bump up this weapon's already good close range lethality, making it a really good running gun weapon. Now, for the stock, we are going to run the Kreuznix S12V PS stock. Now, we're going to run this because we want to have some more recoil control, flinch resistance, recoil recovery, and movement speed. Just a great attachment for this weapon. Again, bumping up the recoil control and the movement speed, making it a pretty much aggressive, accurate AR. Perfect. And now for the proficiency, because this is going to be, again, a run and gun style weapon, you have 1 or 3 options. You guys can either run steady for reduced movement penalties. You guys can also go ahead and put on sleight of hand for reload quickness, or you guys can go ahead and put on fleet to make this weapon move a lot faster. Now, personally, I like to run steady when I can on my AR builds. It just allows this weapon to be a little bit more mobile. So we're going to go ahead and roll with that, but you guys can run those other 2 attachments if you guys want to. And then finally, for the kit, we are going to put on fully loaded, so we can run the Volk from kill 1 all the kill 25 until we get that V2 rocket. Just a nasty setup, and it just works out very well. We're in the setup. I have the combat knife, dauntless, forward intel lightweight, sticky bomb, and the stem shot. Now for class number 2, we're gonna go ahead and break down the Automaton, which is another very good AR. Pro players love this weapon, and for good reason. It's accurate and it kills incredibly fast. Now for the first attachment, just like the Volk, we're gonna go over to the muzzle category and we are gonna select the MX silencer, so we have sound suppression as well as accuracy. Again, the aim down sight con is gonna be irrelevant. The Automaton, just kind of like the Volk, is a mobile assault rifle, but it's gonna be a hell of a lot more accurate. So we're gonna go ahead and run this attachment. Now for the underbarrel, unlike the Volk, we are gonna put on the M1941 hand stop, so we have even more recoil control and accuracy. The con is going to be completely irrelevant, which is going to be good for us because hip-fire accuracy, it does not matter. The Automaton strength are going to be aiming down sight and just being able to go full auto across the map without having to think about a thing, and this class setup is geared to do exactly that. Now for the barrel, we're actually going to run the Anastasia sniper barrel. Usually I actually would run the regular Zach barrel. We're not running that anymore. We're running the Anastasia sniper, so we have bullet velocity and range as well as accuracy. And again, the con is going to be completely irrelevant. Hip fire accuracy, we don't need that, but we are going to go ahead and bump up that velocity and range and accuracy, which is going to be absolutely disgusting with this assault rifle. Now for the magazine, we are going to run the damage rounds for this weapon. We're going to run the Clauser rifle rounds, allowing us to have bullet velocity and range, magazine ammo capacity, damage, and bullet penetration. Overall, a nasty class setup with this weapon, making it a ridiculously fast killing and accurate assault rifle that you guys can go full auto across the map without actually thinking about a thing. Now for the ammo type, things are going to differ with this specific setup. Running lengthen on the Automaton is actually not that big of a benefit. Instead, we're gonna go ahead and put on the FMJ rounds. You can also go ahead and put on armor piercing if you guys want to take out counter UAVs, but having FMJ rounds to shoot through walls is gonna be great, but it's gonna be dependent on what you're trying to deal with. If you find yourself running into lobs where people are spamming counter UAVs, armor piercing is gonna be great for that. You can literally take them out very easily with this, but in my case, I like to run FMJ so I can shoot through walls because I like to run the advanced UAV, aka local informants, to go for my nukes. Now for the optic, we are going to put the slate reflector on again for a clean optic picture. We can use the Automaton very easily at those longer ranges. Definitely go ahead and give this a try. Now for the rear grip, we are going to be running the fabric grip. This is going to be kind of a universal attachment I like to run on all of my weapons. It works out tremendously and you can never go wrong. Aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, hip fire recoil control. It's just going to be amazing and something you guys just definitely cannot go wrong with. Now for the stock, I like to put on the Zach skeletal. Now with this stock, we can literally walk around, aim down sights, ready to win each and every gunfight, giving us aim walking movement speed, aim walking steadiness, initial accuracy and recoil. It's gonna be perfect with the Automaton, making it not only a very effective weapon at medium ranges, but also continuously, effective at longer ranges as well. Now, for proficiency, you guys again have one or two options. You guys can run tight grip for that action recoil during sustained fire, or you guys can go ahead and put on frenzy for health regeneration after kills, so you guys can run and gun and just take out more players at the same time. I like running frenzy on a lot of my weapons that I have the option to do it, so I'm going to put frenzy on for this setup. And then finally for the kit, we're going to run fully loaded, so we can run the Automaton from kill 1 all the way to kill 25 until we get that V2 rock. Just a nasty class setup that works well. This is a great pub stomping class setup if you guys are trying to sit back, relax, and go for your first and easy V2 rocket. And again, the rest of the setup: combat knife, dauntless, forward intel, lightweight, sticky bomb, stem shot. You just cannot go wrong with that. Now for the third class setup, we're going to take a look at the STG-44, which honestly I continuously keep going back to. The STG is going to be amazing here in Vanguard, even after the update and even after the integration with some of these other ARs and DLC weapons. So for the STG, for the muzzle, we're actually going to go ahead and run the STG loud and proud this time. We're going to put on the recoil booster, allowing us to have increased fire rate. Now the reason I'm running the recoil booster on the STG is because we are going to be running a damaged magazine that's going to slow down the fire rate, and we kind of want to go ahead and revert that. The recoil booster is going to be a great attachment to run, and just a great attachment in general on a lot of these Vanguard weapons. Now for the underbarrel, you have one or two options. You guys can either run the Carver foregrip for that increased recoil control as well as that hip fire accuracy, or you guys can run the M3 Ready Grip. Both are going to be great options. Personally, I like to run the M3 Ready Grip on my STG build because I like to kind of rush and be aggressive with this. But if you guys want to sit back and relax, the Carver foregrip is also going to be a great option. Now for the barrel, we are going to go ahead and run the second VDD barrel. So we have highly accurate controllable, reduced scope sway and gun bob, as well as damage range. You guys cannot go wrong with this attachment. It's going to be perfect for the STG, allowing us to use it full auto across the map without having to worry about anything, and overall get a very fast time to kill. So definitely go ahead and slap this on your class setup if you guys do not want to battle the recoil this gun can have with some specific builds. Now for the magazine, we are going to go ahead and run the Russian short rounds, so we can have bullet velocity and range, bullet penetration, as well as damage. You guys cannot go wrong with this attachment on the STG. Any attachment we can use to increase, that damage and make the time to kill faster, that's what we want to go ahead and do. So definitely go ahead and slap this on your class setup. Now for the ammo type, just like usual, we're going to go ahead and put on lengthen for increased bullet velocity. It's going to work out well, and especially in this STG build, it's going to be able to contend and compete against the Automaton and even the Cooper Carbine. So definitely go ahead and slap this on your class setup. Now for the optic, again, I do like to run the slate reflector on a lot of my accurate high damage ARs. Slate reflector is just going to be the way to go. Overall, a solid build with this weapon, just making it easier to use at those medium to longer ranges, and obviously you guys can get down at close range because it's not going to be an obstructive sight. Now for the rear grip, again, business as usual, we are going to run the fabric grip. So we have aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, as well as hip fire recoil recovery. Just an overall great attachment you guys cannot go wrong with. Now for the stock, we are going to run the Constance Tactical. Just like we're running the Automaton build, we want to be able to walk around aim down sights, ready to win each and every gunfight, allowing us to have aim walking movement speed, aim walking steadiness, initial action and recoil. Can't go wrong with it. It just works out well. It just, an aggressive yet accurate STG 44 build. Now for efficiency, we are going to go ahead and put on focus, so we have 0 flinch. It's going to be very good. You can constantly challenge players, you can constantly rush, and that's what we're going to be doing with the specific build. Definitely go ahead and throw on focus when we go ahead and build an STG class setup. And then finally for the kit, we are going to put on fully loaded. This is as usual. We want to run the STG from kill 1 all the way to kill 25 until we get that V2 rocket and secure that nuke. So definitely go ahead and throw this on your setup. Overall, a very, very good setup. And again, we are running the combat knife, gauntless, forward intel, lightweight, sticky bomb, and the stem shot. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at class number 4, and we're going to transition to some SMGs. Now the MP40 is still meta. A lot of people have been using the MP40 recently, even more than the welgun. And that's saying a lot because the welgun is also a very good SMG, which I honestly do consider a little bit better, just a little bit better. But the MP40 can still get down and still compete even after the updates. But if they're going to go ahead and take a look at this. Now for the muzzle, we are going to run the recoil booster. Now we're going to have to run the recoil booster on the MP40, especially if you guys are running a damage round on this gun to kind of make up for that fire rate loss. Recoil boosted SMGs are literally the way to go here in Vanguard. There's no better way to set up an SMG class setup than with a recoil booster attachment and damage rounds. So we're going to definitely slap that on our MP40 build. Now for the underbarrel for this class setup, we are going to go ahead and put the SMLE pistol grip. So we have that increased sprint to fire speed as well as hip fire accuracy. Can't go wrong with it. We want to go ahead and continuously allow ourselves to push and rush with this SMG, and having an underbarrel that's going to allow us to do exactly that. It's a no-brainer as to why this is going on our class. So definitely go ahead and slap this on your MP40 build. Now for the barrel, we are going to put on the first crude sticks barrel, so we have literally 0 recoil. You can also run the short barrel if you guys want, but you're going to have to be a little bit more accurate with this. If you just want to point and shoot, the first barrel is going to be the way to go. Highly controllable, reduce scope sway and gun bob. You guys cannot go wrong with it, and it's going to be an absolute nasty attachment on your MP40. Now for the magazine, we're going to go ahead and run the damage rounds. The Kurtz rounds, bullet velocity and range, bullet penetration, damage, overall great attachment. Couple this with the recoil booster, you're going to have a ridiculously fast killing MP40 setup. Now for the ammo type, we are going to put on lengthen. Just like ARs, having that bullet velocity with an SMG is going to be even more important, allowing us to hit our tots at longer ranges and get a faster time to kill. Now for the optic, we're actually not going to run a slate reflector. We're going to run the upgraded iron sights, which work tremendously on the MP40, giving us a clean optic picture. And not only that, we're going to also bump up that aim down sight time, which is going to be a double whammy with this SMG. And I think that's why a lot of people like to use it, because you can run attachments that work well and kind of go ahead and remove a lot of the weaknesses that the gun might have, or the cons you might have when going ahead and building specific class setups. Now for the rear grip, again, we're going to go ahead and put on the fabric grip. You guys know why. Really good on both ARs and SMGs. And then for the stock, we are actually going to go ahead and run the folding stock. And the folding stock is going to be super effective on this weapon, allowing us to have sprint to fire speed and movement speed. If you guys want to be aggressive yet accurate, throw on the folding stock. The initial action and recoil is not going to be that big of a deal because we have a recoil controlling attachment for the barrel, so we're not going to worry about that at all. Now for the persistency, even if you guys are still struggling with that recoil control, we have brace, which we can go ahead and remove that initial action and recoil con that the folding stock did give us. And again, just kind of attachments that work well. I mean, we have recoil booster that corrects the slower fire rate, a barrel that's going to go ahead and correct the recoil control, and another persistency that's going to go ahead and correct the recoil control. It just works out well. And then finally, you can either run quick for movement speed or fully loaded for max starting ammo. You guys know I like to do max starting ammo to run the MP40 from kill 1 to kill 25 to get that V2 rocket. Just overall a nasty class setup that you guys cannot go wrong with. And just looking at it, I know why people like to run this weapon so much. In the setup, combat knife, dauntless, forward intel, lightweight, sticky bomb, and then the stem shot. Now for the fifth and final class setup, we're going to take a look at the Welgun. Again, probably the best SMG, and honestly one of the best guns in the entire game after the Whitley nerf and after all the weapon rebalancing that they've done recently, which I'm really happy about. So for the Welgun, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the muzzle. You guys know the drill. We're running recoil booster, so we had that increased fire rate. You guys cannot go wrong with this. It's going to work well, and all recoil boosted SMGs are going to be a huge plus in my book. Now for the underbarrel, again, we're going to run that SMLE pistol grip, so we have sprint to fire speed as well as hip fire accuracy, a great attachment that just works well, allowing us to just destroy players at close range with a hard hitting submachine gun. Now for the barrel, we're going to go ahead and put on the 320 mm SA shrouded barrel. Just like we're running the crucifix on the MP40, we're going to run the same type of barrel for the Welgun, allowing us to have highly air controllable, reduced scope sway and gun bob, and flinch resistance. Just a nasty attachment that literally makes this an SMG AR hybrid. Again, for the magazine, we have the damage rounds. You guys cannot go wrong. Damage rounds with the recoil booster and an accuracy barrel, perfect. Ammo type, we're going to go ahead and put on lengthen. You guys know the drill. Again, so we can hit our targets further and faster, giving us a faster time to kill. For the optic, I don't like the iron tights. You can run the upgraded iron tights, but I think the slate reflector is going to be the way to go. Just a cleaner optic picture, and literally kind of just complements the AR SMG hybrid this weapon is. For the rear grip, again, we're going to go ahead and run the fabric grip. We're going to go all the way down and just slap this on. It works well, and just overall a great attachment. For the stock, we're going to run the folding stocks. We have hip fire accuracy, aim walking movement speed, aim down sight speed, initial action and recoil. You're literally going to be able to walk around aim down sight with this weapon, which pretty much guarantees you to win that gunfight because you're going to be prepared. It just works out quite well, and it's just nasty. And again, the cons are relevant because we have an accuracy boosting barrel, so it's crazy. The proficiency, we are going to run frenzy. You guys know whenever you can run frenzy to have health regeneration, we're going to go ahead and select this on our class setup. Now you also can run fleet if you guys want to for that movement speed. Both of these are great options, but honestly, frenzy to rush around with the fast killing SMG, you're just pretty much going to have 100% health at all times. And then finally for the kit, you guys can either run quick or fully loaded. Both great options, allowing us to use this weapon from kill 1 all the kill 25 so we get that V2 rocket. If they go ahead and give this class setup a try, it's nasty, it works, and I've dropped countless V2 rockets with this setup. It literally feels like it's killing in one shot. This is going to be the absolute best and fastest killing Welgun. Man, the setup: fighting knife, dauntless, forward intel, lightweight, sticky bomb, and the stem shot. If we go ahead and give these class setups a try, they're nasty. They work out quite well, and I want you guys to definitely give it a try with this Volk class setup before the pros ultimately get it nerfed, GA it, do whatever nonsense they might do with it. It's very, very good, very underrated, and it's on the rise right now. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys drop a like on the video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and turn those post notifications. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Deuces.